Listen, I know we don't like Alex Jones and stuff, but and listen, check this out, right? I like him. I know people don't know, but listen, whatever you think, whatever you think a human did to another human being, it happened. This is what happened. They take these homeless people off the streets, put them in there, take them to one of these special hospitals. They take them from that hospital, may have them drugged up, take them on these large estates of property. Let's hunt. Run.
Jesus Christ.
Run.
I'm fascinated by the hate for Alex Jones. I'm not a daily Alex Jones viewer. I don't view anything regularly, actually. But I think Alex Jones seems really talented. He's smart. He's funny as hell. He's truly funny. He's a lot more talented than I am in a lot of ways. That's my takeaway from Alex Jones. But why is he such a threat? Like, why would you hate Alex Jones? I've never understood that.
Because he's telling the truth, Tucker. And again, I know Alex personally, and I've met a lot of people in this industry. And one of my biggest takeaways is that there are a lot of people, especially in conservative media, that are in this for money and fame. They don't actually care about this country, and they don't actually care about America. They're scared about being censored. They're scared about, hurting the wrong people's feelings, not getting the proper endorsement. Alex doesn't care about any of that. Alex cares about the truth. He has since day one. He has made mistakes for sure. But he comes out, he apologizes for it, and he corrects the record, which is something that many people in our media refuse to do. So the people who hate Alex Jones hate him because he is everything that they wish that they could be. Somebody who is willing to tell the truth, willing to fight for this country, and actually cares about humanity, not just America, but humanity as a whole.
So I get attacked conservatively over 100 times a day in major newspapers and TV stations, both local and national, not just counting foreign ones. I can't even keep track of it. Some days it's 5,000 TV stations or more because you can do Google alerts and then get the numbers sent to you. Imagine, oh, I have 5,000 today. Oh, I have 1,000 today. Oh, I only have 100 today. Sometimes I get the Google alerts, like, oh, I only have 75. It never drops below that. All lies, all garbage. Just criminal, savage gaslighting of the American people. And again, why under Trump, because he's attacked more than I am, why am I so attacked? Because I'm seen as a populist, as a real person that cares about people. I'm not perfect, but I tell the truth, and I love everybody, and I want justice, and I want prosperity, and I don't want infanticide of 7-day-old babies as California is trying to pass a law. And so they can't have anybody challenging their uncommon sense with our common sense. So I've talked about this a lot. Dinosaur media is collapsing. Not just Netflix, not just CNN Plus, not just CNN. All of it is collapsing. And we're led by a guy that gets orders from the Easter Bunny, as Trump said last night. And so what people need to understand is when you see Tucker Carlson almost every week say Alex Jones was right, Alex Jones is good, or you see Mike Tyson say it, or Joe Rogan say it, or other people say it, they're saying it because they know the system's created me as a symbol of the populace being bad. And if they simply go along with that, they too will be destroyed. So InfoWars is like a Roman standard that the foreign armies are trying to capture and get. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't, quite frankly, like being this important and have been chosen by the enemy for destruction, but it's because you chose me for leadership. So I don't care about being famous, powerful, any of that. I care about winning and persevering and not backing down. And that's why I can't do it without you. So it's so nice to have Mike Tyson come out and say nice things and talk about human sacrifice. And now I'm right about that on Joe Rogan. And he's really a smart guy now. He's transcended and really, as you'd say, born again. I mean, as Christian, but just a new person. And then you've also got, even though he is somewhat Christian, I would say, then you've got all these other people like Tucker Carlson talking about InfoWars, promoting it, because they understand that that's a symbol of populism and something the enemy's trying to destroy. And by countervailing that, it shows the world it's an intimidation, it's a hoax, it's a fraud, that we should all stop being intimidated by the mouse that roared, mainstream media. But the on average 75-year-old member of Congress or the Senate still believes it's all powerful and is still scared of it. So as long as we're scared of the man behind the curtain, they have power over us. So here's Savannah. First giving us a shout out after the show, but also they're visiting Tucker in his studios in Florida. And then we'll go to the actual piece they had. Then we've got Mike Tyson on Joe Rogan. Here it is.
Hi, Alex. Just wanted to send you a quick hello.
Oh, Alex, we were literally just slobbering all over you on camera. Alex Jones, he's so wonderful. How wonderful is he?
We love Alex.
And it was heartfelt, too. Interesting. What did you think of Alex Jones?
Loved him to death. I still talk to him to this day. I think that he's great. And I think that many more people should have been vocal when he was initially banned, because I was actually there. I
was
remember,
on a fishing trip that day. And,
yeah.
I was in Labrador, and I've regretted it ever since that I didn't come out of the box. I wasn't there. I was off the air. But I completely agree. It was not even about Alex Jones. It's about you can't censor people, period.
Exactly. And Tucker, I remember the exact day when he got censored. I woke up and I looked on my phone and it said, Alex Jones banned from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. He was banned everywhere. It was a mass banning, mass censorship effort to silence him. And again, I really didn't have an introduction into politics, but I had learned a lot of things from Alex Jones up front, and everything that he was telling me was not false. The people who condemn him and say that he's a crazy conspiracy theorist do not listen to his show every single day, because I worked for him for 2.5 years. I didn't know the 3 branches of government when I started. Now I can tell you international policy and what's going on all over the world right now, because I have listened to Alex, and he's talked about, the government corruption historically that we've been through, all of the different operations such as Operation Mockingbird, Operation Paperclip, a lot of these things. The Tuskegee experiment, which is why, the Black community is so apprehensive for vaccinations in the modern day. He talks about a lot of these things, and our government doesn't like that. Our government doesn't like being exposed. They don't like people who are willing to tell the truth and people who are willing to push back against the narrative. Look at the fact that the DHS just updated their bulletin to say, hey, if you're spreading distrust in the government, that could be considered terrorism. I don't think so, but
I couldn't, of course, agree with you more. But I'm fascinated by the hate for Alex Jones. I'm not a daily Alex Jones viewer. I don't view anything regularly, actually. But I think Alex Jones seems really talented. He's smart. He's funny as hell. He's truly funny. He's a lot more talented than I am in a lot of ways. That's my takeaway from Alex Jones. But why is he such a threat? Like, why would you hate Alex Jones? I've never understood that.
Because he's telling the truth, Tucker. And again, I know Alex personally, and I've met a lot of people in this industry. And one of my biggest takeaways is that there are a lot of people, especially in conservative media, that are in this for money and fame. They don't actually care about this country, and they don't actually care about America. They're scared about being censored. They're scared about, hurting the wrong people's feelings, not getting the proper endorsement. Alex doesn't care about any of that. Alex cares about the truth. He has since day one. He has made mistakes for sure, but he comes out, he apologizes for it, and he corrects the record, which is something that many people in our media refuse to do. So the people who hate Alex Jones hate him because he is everything that they wish that they could be. Somebody who is willing to tell the truth, willing to fight for this country, and actually cares about humanity, not just America, but humanity as a whole.
Yeah, and he owns his own company and he has no advertisers. So he's kind of immune, really. And the only way to stop him is by destroying him with lawsuits for giving his opinion, which I guess is now a crime or something in the United States. So they're trying to do it that way. I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree with you more. And why do you think, I've already said why I didn't defend Alex Jones the day he was deplatformed. I wasn't in the country. But why do you think that more in conservative media didn't take a principled stand against censorship when that happened?
Because Alex was off limits. Look at the fact that right now, Tucker, so many in conservative media who wouldn't even mention Alex Jones's name now say his name on a regular basis. Oh, Alex Jones is right. Alex Jones is right. We see this constantly, okay? The people in the conservative media or in the right wing even will not latch onto a specific narrative or tell the truth until it goes mainstream and they're allowed to do it. So even in the conservative and the right wing faction, the reason why we lose is because we continue to wait for the left, the liberal media, the mainstream media to allow us to tell us when we are allowed to tell the truth. Alex did that initially from day one. So, I think that's why conservatives didn't stand up for him when they should have, because they weren't allowed to at the time.
I couldn't agree more, but you got to take a stand against censorship, I think. I mean, especially if you're in the media. I find Joy Reid loathsome. I think she's a race hater and she spreads race hate. However, if the government pushed for her to be censored, I would defend Joy Reid without even thinking about it, because I'm against that, period. I don't care who it is, period. And I don't know why, like, National Review can't take that stand. I think it's very, very odd.
Listen, I know we don't like Alex Jones and stuff, but and listen, check this out, right? I like him. I know people don't know, but listen, whatever you think a human did to another human being, it happened. Anything, I don't know, or whatever it is, it happened.
Somewhere in history, it definitely happened. It probably happened somewhere this year.
Yes. And sometimes in these special camps and stuff, it happens. These people own these thousands of acres and nothing grows on them, and just just keep it there.
Weird ranches where people meet and do rituals.
Hunt a motherfucker, let him go.
That's not outside the realm of possibility.
I know, that's why I'm throwing it at you.
I guarantee you there's been someone somewhere in the world who paid someone to hunt a person. I guarantee you that's happened.
No, this is what happened. They take these homeless people off the streets, put them in there, take them to one of these special hospitals. They take them from that hospital, may have them drugged up, take them on these large estates of property. Let's hunt. Run.
Christ.
Run. No, really, I really believe that.
I think, well, that book, The Most Dangerous Game, didn't that come out in like the 30s? It's an old book about that very thing. Rich people hunting poor people.
The only reason we hunt why is the only reason we hunt fox?
I think there's their fur.
The fox is the only one that backtracks.
Oh, because it's sneaky.
He's the only one that backtracks. Like if he chases, he'll go forward and then he'll come backwards and go this way
to trick you.
Yeah, that's why that's the only really challenging. That's the only challenging chase. Everything else is too easy. It's too simple-minded. The fox is the only one that's challenging.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
that makes sense. I never thought about it that way.
And so now they say, well, the fox is the most reasonable animal. Let's try a human animal, see how reasonable he is.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed someone's done that.
That's
if you think of all
they want to challenge reasonability.
Yes.
Let's see how he thinks. How does he think? How is he superior than us? Why are we superior? They're not going to do anything they think that's inferior than them.
Yeah.
They're gonna study what they're gonna attack or what they're gonna make their victim.
For sure, people have done that, right? That's insane.
It's called cyclopia.
Wow, I always thought that was a myth. I never knew that there was an actual disease.
You're talking to me when you're talking
about
this. I'm like Alex Jones in ancient times.
Can you make that a little bit bigger, Jamie? Right there? Yeah. Cyclopia is derived from the Greek word cyclops, meaning ring-eyed. It's a rare condition that causes a child to be born with one eye, no nose, and a proboscis, a nose-like growth above the eye.
Brother, I need to hit. Listen,
there you go.
I'm telling you, nigga.
However, it isn't that a baby has one eye. It's a severe malformation of the baby's brain early in the pregnancy. Oh, wow. So both of the cyclopia often results in a miscarriage or stillbirth. Survival after birth is mostly a matter of a few hours. Doctors also call it holoprosencephaly.
So imagine so they say 10,000 years, 100,000 years ago, maybe they did something where they were able to be accepted into the world. I don't know. Maybe
it says there's no way to prevent it and there's no cure.
When we hired Savannah 4 years ago, and she was here for 3 years, she was smart right out of college. But, man, she is going to be a force to be reckoned with. She is already as articulate as myself or Tucker Carlson is. And Tucker, I would say, for the genuineness and the charming and the great brain, he's better than me in many ways. That was a nice compliment he gave me there, saying that he's, that I'm, quote, better on air than. That's not true. The issue is we're all different, and that's how God made us. But together we make the world really an amazing place when good people stand up. But if people should take that 4-minute clip that's on Infowars.com. I don't think it's even on Infowars.com. We never promote ourselves. But I'll get an article out tomorrow, or I'll have that clip posted under the live show feed with today's show title that's on Infowars, so you can see it and share it, because she totally gets it. We're all intimidated. We let the left make the rules. We get in line hoping they don't censor us, and it's all Pavlovian dog training. The more you give in, the worse it gets. And if we all just start saying what we want and doing what we want and not being intimidated by these people, we're going to win. We got to be smart about it. We got to tell the truth. But we got to stop bowing and groveling to these people. I didn't get to the Mike Tyson, Joe Rogan clip, and I got Drew Hernandez coming up, but I'll get that posted on the side as well. And once we post this to the archive, I'll have it added in post. And who knows, I might get to it next hour. But Mike Tyson said, you're not supposed to like Alex Jones, but I love him. That's what they're scared of. And people get that. The revolutionaries is they want to shut Alex Jones down because they want to shut you down. It's key to support InfoWars. This is a collectible. It funds us, and we're selling it for way lower than everybody else is. You can go to InfoWarsStore.com to see this. Support free speech at InfoWars. Get the new limited edition InfoWars Gold collectible, InfoWarsGold.com. We have teamed up with the nation's leading mint to bring you a new way to support InfoWars and free speech while owning a piece of history and real gold. It's a little gold bar. The new limited edition InfoWars Gold collectible is minted in the form of a card that features a 24-karat gold in the center using proprietary technology. Only 25,000 of these limited edition InfoWars Gold collectibles have been minted. And this is a one-time run of InfoWarsGold.com. And thank God these came in right when we needed the money, because I finally decided to do this like 4 months ago, and it finally just came in. Each one is authenticated using holographic technology. This same precious metals group recently has sold 300,000 gold cards for $170 each. We are bringing you these collectible cards for just $129.95 to help us. And when you purchase it, you get a discount on the next one for $99.95, and the price goes down from there. And so when you buy 3, you receive 50% off. This is the first ever run of this proprietary design and exclusive to InfoWars. The Mint was extremely excited that InfoWars would be making this product available to customers for the first time. The limited edition InfoWars Gold collectible comes in cards that can be stacked in your wallet, drawer, or glove compartment for easy travel. And again, they're very collectible. People are going to love them. You're financing the American rebellion against the globalist. This is so historic. Be part of history, support InfoWars free speech, and stock up today at InfoWarsGold.com before we completely sell out of this limited run. This is the best way to support us and America and freedom and yourself today.